Grand Rising. Welcome to Healing Hype Man. This is going to be a little intro video to your September reading. Three things I'm going to focus on is the Pisces full moon that takes place on the 20th, Mercury Retrograde, which is on the 26th of September, and then I'm also going to do messages from the universe, messages from spirit. I kind of want to go over the Pisces full moon first, and then the Mercury retrograde, and then we'll kind of get into your cards. If you don't care for what I have to say, then you can certainly skip ahead to the card portion of it as well. If you're watching this on Instagram, you're only going to see up to 15 minutes. So link is in my bio so that you can see the full video on YouTube. And yeah, let's get right into it. I kind of just want to get straight to the point. I don't want to be as chatty because I don't want it to be as long, but I want to give you as much information as I can and as many messages as possible. Take what resonates and let the rest flow. Let's begin. So full moon in Pisces, right? So Pisces being a water element, so we're definitely going to have a big emphasis on our feelings here. It's a mutable sign, so it's all about adapting. And Pisces is a 12th house, so it's a lot about mystical energy, magical energy in some senses, right? Things that are unseen, things happening in the unknown, and that's a massive trust that you have, realizing that there's a lot of things going on in the realm of the unknown that you're not aware of. Really diving into your gifts and being your intuition, connecting with your guides and angels, and just kind of connecting to source in general. Heavy with the dream aspect, lots of dreams coming to life. If you have a dream journal, I highly suggest you start one if you don't have one, and kind of tapping into that understanding what your subconscious and your dreams are trying to tell you. The 12th house is connected to our dreams and our subconscious. Like I just said, it's connecting to things that are not necessarily spoken all the time, but they are there in the unknown, right? Things you should focus on. Looking at the lessons learned from Aries season, from the Aries full moon through now. So it's Pisces, which is the last sign in the zodiac. So it's really taking a look at everything that has gone on since the first full moon. And the moon's going like 6-month cycles, so it's been a while. The endings of things, the closure that you're probably going to gain. It's the bridge into balancing spirituality and practicality, right? Think of it as the bridge that is balancing your spiritual self into your everyday, day-to-day life, right? Because we are in Virgo season, which is your day-to-day, how you analyze your day-to-day activity, right? And they're opposites from each other on the natal chart. So balancing spirituality with our practical life, Virgo energy, practical day-to-day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, our normal routines, right? Emphasis on tapping into your gifts so that you can balance practicality and spirituality, full moon in Pisces. I always wondered where I got that, because I say it a lot, and I got it from this Moonology deck. Balance spirituality and practicality. Other transits to focus on that are taking place here with Mars in Libra, right? Libra being balance, Mars being anger, right? There might be difficult triggers that might come up. Mars is force. Libra, it's all about balance. So focus, pay attention to that as well. Other Moon is conjuncting Neptune. Neptune lives in Pisces as well. So this is like a double dose of Pisces energy. So really heavy on our dreams and our inner needs and our emotions. A lot of emotions are going to be coming through. A lot of sensing of our emotions are going to be coming through. Right? A lot of nerves. I'm actually a little nervous right now, to put it in that sense, to do this, right, to this reading. So it's just nerves and doubting ourselves, right? Sensitivity is going to be very high during this time. We can easily be manipulated by others unconsciously, right? They don't even realize that they're doing it, but they're doing it in to gain some sense of control over you without even realizing it unconsciously. So be cautious of that, right? Tap into your intuition to avoid things like that. Don't buy into fake illusions, right? This is the opportunity for you to realize what's real and what's fake, what's reality and what's fantasy, the moon card, right? Confusion in your emotions, but this is a time to utilize your intuition in order to gain perspective on what's actually going on. Now let's talk about Mercury retrograde. Mercury is partnerships. Mercury is the mind as well. The mind, how we speak, how we communicate, and it's in Mercury retrograde is taking place in Libra. Okay, that is why I definitely put partnerships and relationships. So this Mercury retrograde is going to focus on your relationships and partnerships. Libra is balance, union, right? Balancing the scales. Now, retrograde, things from the past, right? So things from the past might come up. That's why I spoke a lot about closure. There might be huge emphasis on things, looking for closure and gaining closure, or coming to the forefront from years ago that you didn't even realize you needed closure. You don't need the closure, right? You might have already done the work, but it's going to come in some form of way. A big desire to please people, tuning into other people and their views, right? That's like the confused, like double-sided Pisces energy, like you need other people's opinions. That's also the Libra energy, like indecisive, undecisive, passive-aggressive energy. That's the Libra aspect. And Mercury being in that sense, you're going to look for other people's views and values before your own, right? Make sure to look at your personal views first. And then, oh my gosh, we also have Mars in Libra, right? There's a big sense of anger, out of balance, right? Be harmonious when it comes to things. So a lot of things in Libra. Mars being in Libra with Mercury retrograde, there's going to be a little bit of an anger aspect there. So pay attention to that. Things from the past that we put aside will come up, right? That's things that you probably don't even want to address, but now is the time to address them. And the ultimate focal point here is, are you being clear? Are you sacrificing the right things for your partnerships? Look at your values, your belief systems. Are you sacrificing the right things, or are you just trying to people please? You'll kind of know how that works best for you. For each person, it might be different. And then lastly, I'm going to pull a messages from Spirit from the spellcasting deck, and I'll kind of go deep into what the book has to say for that message. Be sure to check your sun, moon, and rising signs. I would do that, since there's a lot of messages that can come through, and I'm pulling cards on each topic, so it might be different for each sign. So I would suggest looking at your sun, moon, rising, and then we can take it from there. And let's get into the cards, right? Pisces, welcome to your September messages. And I know it's late, so I'm going to focus on things that are going to take place. So we're going to talk about full moon in Pisces. It's magical, mystical full moon. And we're going to talk about Mercury retrograde in Libra, taking place on the 26th. Any messages? I have a lessons card there for you that the universe kind of wants you guys to pay attention to. And then an overall general message from the universe. Now, from the full moon in Pisces, I love Pisces energy. I really do. It's so mystical and trusting in the magic, like listening to your dreams. I've been dreaming the past 2 days, like so much. Have a dream journal. Absolutely, I would highly recommend that. You can kind of understand and break down the messages that come through if you remember them. Like, we're really looking at Pisces being the 12th house. 12th is the last sign in the zodiac. It's really kind of taking everything and looking at all the lessons that need to be highlighted in a magical asset, in a magical concept component, right? Like, things that are happening behind the scenes that you don't realize. You're booking a vacation, someone else books a vacation, you guys meet at that place, and that's your soulmate. That's things taking place behind the scenes, working in your favor. Now, the message for you, I have time to give rather than take. It's on the Virgo card. We're in Virgo season. So, I think here this is really asking for Pisceans to, we need you, the universe is kind of asking for you, we need your help. We need you to work a little bit. We need you to spread your magic on people, right? Your light, your knowledge, your presence to people that might need a little bit of mysticism in their life, right? Engage with people, or Time to give rather than take. You know, the universe is asking for your help here. Page of Wands. Six of Swords. Ace of Swords. King of Cups. Okay. Page of Wands. So there's something you're exploring. You currently are exploring something more. You're actually exploring possibly a move, or you're exploring something that's just going in a different direction. And ultimately that direction is like peace and serenity and quiet and better than where you are now. So some of you could be exploring something that's pretty clear to you. I mean, it's clear that your emotions are definitely solid and stable. So you're all about doing things that are much more peaceful, and you're willing to explore those options. And maybe, you know, the universe is saying, you know, go and shine your light and give that knowledge to others. Share your exploratory findings with people. But for some of you, it very well can be you are exploring a more peaceful outlet. You are getting on the boat and you're leaving something that might be chaotic, and you're like, I don't want to deal with that. So you're on the boat because you're clear about where you want your emotions to be, or like you could be emotionally stable, but your physical world might not be there. So you're like, I want to be able to balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Balancing spirituality and your practical day life in Virgo. Balancing the two. My everyday spiritual practices I'm going to incorporate into my life because I want to be in that simple mindset. Simple. Heading to a simple mindset. And we're in Virgo season, balancing spirituality, practicality. Virgo is direct opposite of Pisces, balancing spirituality and practicality. That's literally what it means. Now, Mercury retrograde happening in Libra. Big emphasis on partnerships and relationships. Libra energy wants to balance it out. Now, I think we're balancing. Maybe there's something in our mind that we need to balance or focus on, because the card is discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Now, there might be something here on your mind that the universe is asking you to accomplish. You can set your mind to whatever you want because you are an emotional, grounded being, right? And there can be a sense of maybe we're trying to accomplish a more secure life for us, Four of Pentacles. Security, financial security. I also correlate that with foundation, my home. Like there's a lot of big, and there's also the next card out is home. So you're trying to make sure that you're balanced. Your security, you're secure. You want to, right? If you set your mind to that, that's definitely something that is doable here. You're going to have an awakening and aha moment. Something's going to hit that you're going to be able to put the blueprints in place and actually move forward on that. That might require for you to lose. There might be some loss here. But this is a sense here of putting the plans in place, putting the blueprints in your mind so that you can accomplish things. You know, even during times of loss, there might be something that you might be separating from, or people you might be separating from, or money that might have to be lost in order for you to build that foundation. Right? 3 is like building the foundation, and you're putting the blueprints in place, but you might have to spend some money and lose some money in order to put that foundation in place. You might have to lose something in order to build something up again, you know? But it is like an awakening. You're going to have a realization into what these blueprints should be. And you can accomplish what you set your mind to. And it might come from a place of, I'm worried about my security. I'm worried. And that realization is going to be like, okay, these are some steps you can do. That also might require for you to either spend some money, lose some money, or part ways from people, because you have a goal in your mind that you need to accomplish. Being disciplined. Be disciplined when you come up with that realization and that, okay, these are the steps I have to take. Commit to it. Actually do it. Even if that means you got to let people go and you got to spend some money in order to do it. Or lose some money in order to do it. Or just part ways with someone. That might be the balancing aspect. Something from the past might come up that questions your security, and you're like, let me revisit my plans, right? Then you have Mars and Libra be careful with your words, and things might be a little bit aggressive and angry. Hopefully this loss here isn't coming from a space of anger. It's just more of like, no, it's not part of my plan. It's not part of my blueprint, so I have to kind of part ways from it, people, places, or things. And are you being clear, making sure that this aha moment and this moment of clarity, is being put to action in your mind, and you're putting down the blueprints, and you're putting it on paper, and you're making it happen, and you're working with others. Could be to build something. Some of you could be sacrificing here. This could be a sacrifice you have to take, which is a big emphasis. Are you being clear, and are you sacrificing the right things in your partnership? Right? In order to build this relationship, partnership, or this discipline thing that you have in your mind, you might have to sacrifice something, but make sure you're sacrificing the right things. And you're not sacrificing your own beliefs and your needs to validate someone else that's not seeing you clearly. Compromise, that's a whole nother card. Messages from the universe. Home. Let's see what this is about. Lovers. Ooh, some of you are falling in love with the home, or you're maybe taking that next step and moving in with someone. King of Swords. There's something very clear in your mind. It actually holds a lot of weight in your life. Ooh, 10-10. Definitely a new chapter here. New chapter, a new home, life chapter. Some of you could be gaining a new home that was a lot of weight, and or you could be leaving one home in order to go to the next. Or I have 10-10 here. It's to completion. Some of you might be completing a new home project, but it's pretty clear. Logically have thought it out. In the sense of your home life relationship, right? Maybe a work home relationship or a home life. I correlate him with work as well. Personal life, personal relationship life, work life. Big emphasis on home being where the heart is. Home is where you feel at home. Home is where you feel safe. Home is where the heart is, right? And there's an emphasis here with something being a lot of weight, and there very well might be something that has to end in order for you to get this home vibe here. But it's logical. You kind of already thought it out here. Certain things might need to go. Certain weight might need to be lifted off of you in order to have a happy home life. Ultimately, this is balancing like home and a relationship here, and things do need to kind of end, or things need to get lifted off of your shoulders. Removing some weight to make room for something here, to make room for a relationship in a home life. Like this might be what you discipline yourself. I want this in my life, so I might need to get rid of some dead weight and some people, right? And I already thought that out. It's logical. It makes sense. King of Swords. And I'm going to be stern about it. I'm going to be disciplined about it. I'm going to be disciplined about my decisions when it comes to building my foundation, when it comes to my home, when it comes to my relationships. That is literally Mercury retrograde. Partnerships, relationships, balance, and union. So acknowledge that when it comes up. And just be careful with your words. Don't speak on a place of anger as well, right? Harmony, balance is what we're looking for. Let's pull a fallback card here for you. Declutter, clean, organize, and prioritize. Simplify your life. I just said that. Get rid of the clutter. Get rid of the weight. Maybe some of you need to clean your home out here and get rid of the dead weight, or the stuff that's no longer suiting you anymore. That's from old relationships, partnerships, old lifetimes, and it's not yours anymore. It doesn't have any resonance for you. And make room for some new stuff that's coming your way. My name's Adlan Catalan. I'm present. I'm done speaking now.